The Earth is cracking. The color of the planet is changing. Natural disasters are increasing. Are we heading toward destruction?
Africa is continuing to split apart day by day. At the same time, the color of the Earth itself is changing. The Earth, which once appeared blue, is slowly turning green. Beyond all this, the July that just passed has been the hottest July in human history. That is why it is now being said that there is no longer global warming, instead, it is global boiling. Yes, our planet is literally boiling. In reality, when we look at all the things that have been happening to our Earth for quite some time now, should we be afraid? Let us examine all these matters in detail. In this video, we mainly discuss three topics. The first is Africa, which is currently splitting apart on a large scale. We begin by looking at the issues related to this phenomenon. The second topic is the changing color of the Earth. For all these years, in the photographs of Earth that we have seen, the planet appeared blue, but now its color has begun to change gradually. The third topic is the Earth boiling, or global boiling, and the detailed discussion of the hottest July in recorded history. When we come to the first topic, Africa is today continuing to split and move apart day by day on a massive scale. A completely new continent is in the process of being formed there. Between these two land masses, or between the parts of the continent that are splitting, new rivers and even seas are expected to form. We know that millions of years ago, around 300 million years ago, the Earth had only one single continent. This continent, known as Pangaea, was surrounded by a vast ocean called Panthalassa, which covered most of the planet. Over millions of years, due to various geological processes, this single landmass gradually transformed into the 7 continents that we see today. The process in which a portion of a large continent breaks away to form a new continent is exactly what is currently happening in Africa. This phenomenon was first observed in 2005, when a massive crack about 56 kilometers long appeared in parts of Ethiopia. Later, in 2018, a similar large crack appeared in Kenya as well. As a result of these events, researchers began to study these fractures in the African continent more closely and to understand them in greater detail. Through these studies, it became clear that the African continent is gradually splitting into 2 parts. When we look at why such a phenomenon is occurring, we can understand that it is due to the interaction between the African plate and the Indian plate. Because of this interaction, a new plate is being formed, or in other words, a massive rift is developing across several African countries. Essentially, the continent is dividing into 2 major parts. The eastern part, which is the newly forming Somali plate, is slowly moving toward the ocean. As a result, water will eventually flow into the large rift, leading to the formation of new rivers and even a new sea. The eastward moving plate has been named the Somali plate, while the western plate has been named the Nubian plate. Researchers also state that for the Somali plate to completely move into the ocean would take approximately 10 million years. Now let us move on to the second topic, the changing color of the Earth. For many years, from childhood itself, we have continuously seen images of Earth taken from space or by satellites, and in all those images, the Earth appears blue. The primary reason for this is that most of the Earth's surface is covered by oceans, and the blue color of the oceans dominates these images. From a young age, many people have been curious about why the oceans appear blue. In earlier times, a common explanation was that the color of the sky is reflected in the water. However, the real reason is different. When sunlight enters deep water, longer wavelengths such as red are absorbed by the water, while shorter wavelengths like blue and violet are reflected. Because of this process, the oceans appear blue to our eyes. However, In recent years, satellite images have shown noticeable changes in the color of the oceans. In many places, the color is slowly shifting from blue to green. The main reason for this change is the presence of microscopic organisms called phytoplankton. We know that the greatest producers of oxygen on Earth are these microscopic organisms found in the oceans. Like plants, they absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen. Phytoplankton play a crucial role in the marine ecosystem and the ocean food chain. However, due to rising temperatures, phytoplankton are now multiplying and spreading rapidly. As a result, the increased presence of these organisms is causing the color of the oceans to shift toward green. As the color of the oceans changes, the overall color of the Earth is also gradually shifting from blue to green. When we examine this closely, it becomes clear that global warming and the increase in Earth's temperature are the main reasons behind the rapid growth of phytoplankton. When we examine last month in particular, we find that it was the hottest July in recorded human history. This is why the UN Secretary-General stated that global warming is no longer the correct term, and that we have entered an era of global boiling, where the Earth is heating toward dangerous extremes. In this context, July 6 recorded the highest global average temperature ever measured, at 16.95 degrees Celsius. Temperatures are likely to rise even further. Globally, this will impact all sectors through floods, droughts, crop failures, and many other related problems. One truth becomes impossible to ignore: our planet is crying out. Beneath our feet, the land is breaking; around us, nature is reacting to extreme heat, and above all, temperatures are rising beyond anything humanity has ever witnessed. These are not distant future events or science fiction predictions, they are happening now, in our lifetime. This is Earth's final warning, written in fire, water, and stone. The question that remains is not what will happen to the planet, but what will happen to us if we continue to ignore these signs.
Subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.